So Gears 2, the Locusts are back, and they're meaner than ever. In Gears 1, we bombed them with the light mass bomb, and it seemed to hold them off briefly, but they are back, and they're meaner than ever, and they've brought with them a force that can sink entire cities. And so Jacinto, humanity's last safe location, is now threatened. All of the adjacent cities, one by one, are falling. And if the trend continues, Jacinto itself will sink. So humanity needs to strike back against the Locust, punch down into the underground, and take them out in the heart of where they live and where they breed. And in addition to that, we have Marcus's best friend, Dominic Santiago, and he's been searching for his wife, and he has a lead on her at the start of the game. So that's where it all starts off. I can confirm that Carmine is in fact back in Gears 2, and we don't really want to explain quite yet how he's back. We just kind of want gamers to play the game and learn how Carmine has returned in the game, because he's a hell of a fan favorite. Gears has always been a game that's about destroyed beauty, and it's about this really cool, beautiful world and this visceral, violent action, but it's also about this idea of intimate violence, whereas players can get really close to their foes and chainsaw them. And now, there's Chainsaw Duels, which is a simple B-button mash, because I'm quite tired of those little quick-time events that are in every single game. You can chainsaw somebody from behind, from their taint to their throat. There's so many more executions now, weapon-specific executions. There's people crawling when they're down but not out to try and get away, and you can hit A and crawl away faster. The curb stomp is, of course, back. Take somebody hostage and watch the body explode as your enemies are shooting at it and the arms are going flying. And one thing after another really kind of adds up to this big bucket full of blood and this gory, intimate violence experience. Players who engage in a chainsaw duel are locked into the duel to win or to lose. There is an occasional draw scenario, but keep in mind that while players are in that, they are not in God mode in multiplayer anymore. So if you chainsaw somebody, there is a certain amount of risk involved. So you want to try and make sure that you kind of catch them at the right moment before you get away with it. The chainsaw duel itself, moment for moment, takes about as long as the whole chainsawing action does, because what we do is we actually make the actual act of chainsawing somebody at the end of the duel extremely quick. Whereas the regular chainsaw digs through and takes that time. The majority of that time in the duel is spent in the duel, and then the saw is quick, whereas the regular saw takes the same amount of time. I can assure everybody that Gears 2 has more than its share of gore, and it is in fact a bloodier game. When Marcus is injured and he's moving along the wall, you'll actually see the blood dripping down the wall behind him, and characters will leave blood trails. Like when you have a meat shield and you're dragging it around, it will steadily leak blood and leave a trail wherever you take it, etc. So it's a deeper, darker game, and there are buckets and buckets of blood. Well, the whole bigger, better, more badass theme continues to the multiplayer as far as we actually have 5-on-5 now. We are shipping with more multiplayer maps out of the box that are new than what we shipped with in Gears 1. And we're going to have many more multiplayer modes as well as greatly expanded online functionality. Can't go into too much detail right now about what that's going to be, but rest assured it will be very competitive with other titles in this space. Basically, our partners at Microsoft have become experts at building up hype and releasing games that are not only games but cultural phenomenons and entertainment phenomenons, and we're more than welcome to work with them on that. And periodically from here till ship, you will be getting great new Gears tidbits on a regular basis. Vehicle-wise, in Gears 2, players will be able to drive the Centaur, which is the tank. It's kind of a combination of a tank and a monster truck with giant bouncy wheels on it. They will ride on the Derrick, which is the huge truck, and there's also other vehicle sections that are in the game that we're not really revealing at this point, but I think players will be pleasantly surprised with the twists we put on the formula. The campaign in itself is definitely going to be longer than the first Gears, and there will be more vehicular sections and lots more unique varieties of Locust and lots of wonderful weapons with which to maim and kill. We're looking forward to the Gears fans picking up Gears 2 this November, of course exclusively on Xbox 360, and we really think they're going to be pleasantly surprised with the overall package we deliver, from the beautiful vistas and the bloody battles to the executions and the expanded multiplayer and the deeper, darker storyline. I think they're going to really become bigger fans of the franchise.